Hey friends, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to do something different. Today I'm not going to refute dumb Muslim arguments, I'm going to show you some of my creative side. Now, I was working on the Mercedes 300 SL model, but I ditched this project for another one. This car is almost complete though, so you'll see this car soon on my channel. But I have a better project to work on, and it is this stick. Now, for all the guys out there, the males, the boys, the guys, you should know we love to find cool sticks every now and then. And well, this thing is no exception. This thing is massive. And not only is this thing massive, this thing has a very unique shape up front. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this shape. It looks like a cobra, doesn't it? So, today I'm going to make this stick even more beautiful somehow. Now, before you ditch me too hard, let me tell you that I'm not a professional at woodworking, but I have made some pretty decent stuff over the years on my channel. For example, this Bassett style sword. I made this sword on my channel a while ago, and of course it has a dull blade, one-sided, and you know, it's made out of wood. I can't cut myself on it, but it's still a really decent piece that I created on my channel, and probably one of the more bigger ones. I also made this long sword out of wood on my channel, and as you can see, this thing has a pretty nice point up front, so when you're in combat you can do the stabby. Of course, it's made out of wood, and this is one of my better pieces when it comes to woodworking. Today I am going to work on this stick. Now, it's like a head of a cobra up front. It's very special. Let's start making this into a walking cane. However, there is only one problem though, and that is that all my tools are pretty old. So, the chisel, that's pretty old. The hammer, old but it's functional. The pliers, I don't know what I need these for. And of course I have my crusty kitchen knife to, chisel away all the little imperfect wooden bits. And this is the only thing which is not rusted. So I have limitations when it comes to hand tools, but hey, let's give it a try. Okay, so first things first, I need to get rid of all this chips onto the original wood itself. I need to smoothen this out, and especially this burnt end. I don't know if it's burnt or it's just it's just the discoloration of the bark. Either way, I have to get rid of it. Let's start. Okay, so first thing first, we need to chip away all these strands of wood fibers that are coming out. Okay, so I have gotten rid of most of the loose wood fibers. Now, to make this surface even more smoother, I'm going to use sandpaper. Don't know what the grit is, but at least I know it's made in Pakistan. I am going to lather it with super glue so that the exposed bark doesn't lose any more fibers in the future, and that everything is settled down and smooth. Now, not only does the super glue prevent the wood fibers from, parting again and splintering again, it also gives it a nice finish, a nice smooth finish on the outside, the exposed wood. Okay, now it's time to sand it a bit more. We still have some minor splintering on the exposed bark. I'm just going to chip it away from these pliers. Now I have to sand down the bark area, and I also have to, carve out a little bit of the end because it's burnt. I want to expose the original bark, and then I'll secure it with super glue as well. Let's work on the tip, shall we? Oh, my room's definitely getting messier, but we're getting there. There you go, I definitely succeeded in getting a lot of the bark, the burnt bark out and exposing the natural fibers. It still needs a bit of work, so I'm going to finish it by sanding the end. I was able to get rid of a lot of the burnt wood in the end, a lot of the burnt fibers, but there's still some which are visible. Work a bit more down here onto the tip, and then we'll go on to polishing and sanding this whole thing down. All the sanding and refining part is done, it's time to slather the thing with varnish. Okay, so after a good amount of work, you can see the finished product. It's still the same stick, but it's a lot more usable now. Here's the end of the stick, a lot more cleaner now. And guess what? I can use this stick as a walking cane now. And I can also use it for combat. So here's the close-up of the stick. As you can see, it still has its original look while also being finished. You can see there are no loose fibers anymore, and this stick is polished. The surface itself is mostly smooth. The stick retains its rustic look. You can see all the fibers, you can see the bark, and while looking like a normal stick, this thing actually also looks beautiful at the same time. Of course, if you turn it over onto this side with the exposed fibers, you can see the snake head, and you can see how smooth and consistent this thing is now. This thing is beautiful. Speciality of this stick, that's why it was special to me, because it actually resembled a cobra. And now it's prepared. Yes, my hands are extremely oily of the varnish and other stuff, but this thing is beautiful now and it's usable. Look at this.